What's going on, internet? My name is BlackLight Attack, and this is some BlackLight Retribution closed beta. A lot of people, not long after I started my channel, were kind of like, BlackLight, why is your name BlackLight, but you don't have any BlackLight Tango Down? Herpa-derpa-derp. I didn't name myself after BlackLight Tango Down. A lot of you guys know by now that I named myself after 30 Rock, and the name was just a coincidence. I happened to come out on the YouTubes not long after BlackLight Tango Down came out on Xbox Live, and I believe it was out on Steam, but like nobody bought it on Steam. It was just a coincidence in both name and timing. So I'm broing around with the bolt action sniper rifle. I think it's really fun, but it is very difficult in this game. This game is not Call of Duty, and I say that thankfully. This game is not Call of Duty. It is not easy to use the sniper rifle at all. Now here I'm playing at 60 FPS because I hadn't unlocked my FPS cap yet. I just unlocked my FPS cap. By the way, that's one thing that they need to do, is allow you to remove the FPS cap via actual game settings, because most people who play these games, especially since you're targeting a free-to-play market, they're not going to know how to go into their config files and figure that out. I mean, I don't know how to do that. I had to have kbmod.com tell me how to do it. kbmod.com plug. And most people won't even think to look up a guide. They don't even know what the difference is, you know. They don't understand what the big deal with FPS is, but basically that's one thing. This is a closed beta, so you know they're trying to figure out what they should be doing differently before release, what people like, what people don't like, and this game. Let me say first off, I really like it. It's really enjoyable. It's fast paced. You get punished when you do stupid shit, but you can still you know, have fun and kind of go crazy, like you know, because I'm running around like sort of quickscoping. I go on a death streak some point here, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. You act like an ass, you get slapped. But eventually I start going on a tear, and it's a pretty good time. I start off a little strong here, and then eventually I go on a death streak, and then I finish the game strong. So like what I don't like about it, I guess I should be trying to provide criticisms, because again, it is a closed beta. I'm personally not a big fan of the shields at all. You can put a shield on your back. I don't think anyone in this game is using it, but you can buy a shield that you carry around on your back, and I believe the only thing you can do is deploy it as kind of like a barrier, which is very cool. But when you haven't deployed it, it stays on your back like the riot shield in Call of Duty, except this thing is fucking huge. It is like the size of the person, and they're completely invulnerable from the back, which I think is a little fucked up. I think that's a little too powerful, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is like bullet penetration on it, like it just, you know, they take reduced damage from the back. Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game, and sometimes it's kind of hard to tell what exactly is going on. It's very I think the interface is a little cluttered. Not so much by design of you know, the overlay of the HUD. It's not really the HUD that's the problem. It's just that there's so much going on. Like at any given time, you could be on fire, dying of corrosive damage, with fucking splotches all over your screen and all this crazy shit, which is by design, but it makes things very confusing, and I have a hard time telling what's going on. I mean, then again, I've played this game for probably less than a total of 5 hours, so whether or not that comes with experience, being able to tell what's going on, I don't know. Hopefully. The hit detection seems a little off sometimes. I could have sworn that first shot I hit, I recognize that I hit those two, or I completely whiffed those other two hits, but I don't know. Sometimes it feels off. I think what it is that I'm used to like COD 4, where you can kind of like, you know, it's like wanted. You can like fucking curve the bullet. If you shoot and then move your cursor, what a lot of people don't realize about the sniping in Call of Duty is that the bullet will follow your cursor. So you can kind of curve the bullet. I don't believe it does it in this, so I think I'm hitting them. Like in Call of Duty, if it was Call of Duty, if it was COD 4, then I would be hitting them. But in BlackLight, I'm not. It's so weird to say that, to say BlackLight and not be talking about myself. But I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm making up for lost time since I didn't play Tango Down. I got into Retribution's closed beta. YouTube money, bitches. I keep trying to kill people with this hammer because I just think it's funny. It is a one-shot kill, but you have to pull it out first, which I think is a really good idea. They have a melee in this game, and I don't believe, like, you can like melee with your gun out, where you like hit them with the butt of your rifle, and I don't believe the melee is a one-hit kill. I don't even think that like the knife is a one-hit kill, because your default melee weapon is a knife. But if you pull out your weapon and then melee, you do more damage. And I have yet to hit someone with a hammer and not have them die. So I'm pretty sure the hammer's a one-shot kill. Maybe it just like it fires really slow or something, or it fires. Its swing speed is probably really low, I should say. Which I think that's a really cool idea, to have one-hit melees, but only if you equip it first. But at the same time, don't take away your ability to melee if your gun is out. You know what I mean? Very good design in that aspect. Going back to the HUD being kind of cluttered, this is talking about like the upgrade system. A lot of you guys may not realize this. Well, you may, just because everybody else has been uploading this game, but this game is going on a free-to-play model, and they're looking to make their money on microtransactions, where you can either play the game and grind out a new item via in-game currency that you earn by playing, or you can just pay real-life money to get it now. Don't bring a gun to a hammer fight, buddy. That's cool with me, and I think it's a really good model. League of Legends does extremely well on it, and TF2 proved that it can work in an FPS format. League of Legends currently right now, I believe, makes more money than World of Warcraft. That's just what I've heard through the grapevine. And by the grapevine I mean the internet. But I haven't actually seen any like earnings reports or anything. But the rumor is that League of Legends is making more money than World of Warcraft, which is insane. Because they don't have nearly the subscriber base that they do. So I'm totally behind them on doing microtransactions, and TF2 proved that microtransactions can be a good source of money without fucking the customer base in the ass. Because when microtransactions first came out, like Capcom's, it was absolute ass fisting. As much as I love Capcom's fighting games, they are dickheads when it comes to their business practices. But TF2 again proved that that you can have a good microtransaction process and not fuck your customers in the ass. So I'm totally behind that. The problem is that it's incredibly hard to read what you're getting, or it took me, not incredibly hard, it took me maybe like an hour or two of playing. Not that I spent an hour or two in the menu, but of just natural playing and visiting the menu in between rounds before I actually understood the loadout system. Whereas, I mean, compare it to, I hate to draw the comparison to Call of Duty, because as I said, it's not Call of Duty, but it makes sense because Call of Duty is also an FPS that uses a loadout system, so I'm gonna, that's somewhat similar. Or even comparing it to, say, Homefront, which had a kind of a similar feel for a lot of the weapons, in my opinion, and more heavy customization, stuff like that. It feels very unintuitive in this game. Whereas with Homefront or Call of Duty, as soon as I loaded up the game, I knew how to customize my weapons, and I knew how to assign different things to different slots. Which is it's unfortunate right now, but again, this is to my understanding, this is a pretty early build, so there's plenty of time for them to change that. And I even tweeted, I even went ahead and tweeted at Garrettson, who's the project designer. He's the lead designer of BlackLight. And he tweeted back to me, and he said that's something that they're working on right now. So major props to them. They are definitely listening to the community on this, which I'm really psyched about. I love it when developers actually are involved in their community, because when they open up betas like Battlefield 3's beta, I mean, they knew that people were uploading stuff. I'm sure they were taking feedback from videos, but they would never tell you that they were watching your YouTube channel. This guy is on YouTube. He's commenting on videos that are uploading his game. And responding to people's concerns and their questions, and it's like, that's cool. That is fucking cool to me. It is like a smaller project, so I don't know if that's just a luxury that the bigger companies don't have. But either way, I don't care how big you are. That's gonna impress me when you're doing that. Also, you need to fucking put on actual armor, so they're working on making the HUD more intuitive, and the big thing, or I should say, the customization HUD, and that's a big thing because that's how they're making their money. In Call of Duty, it's not really a big deal because it's just part of the game. It's part of the game's natural mechanics. In this, it's also part of the game's natural mechanics, but that's how they're making their money. So here is my last criticism of the game. The victory music is dubstep. Poor form. Here's my argument against dubstep. Dubstep is polarizing. You either love it or you hate it. So that's going to be like 50% of your people that hate your music at the end. Just saying, it's something to consider. There are very few people who are in a gray area with dubstep. Again, you love it or you hate it. But those are my criticisms I have right now. There are a couple others. There are definitely bugs that need to be worked out. There's this weird bug I keep getting where my gun locks up. It always happens when I try to weapon switch either to my secondary or my melee, but my gun locks up, I can't fire, I can't aim down sight, and the only way to fix it is to weapon shuffle. Again, sometimes the hit detection is a little wonky. Overall it seems pretty good, but every now and then there's like, okay, I definitely hit that guy and he didn't drop. There's also, this is actually not a bug, it's a design choice that I'm not entirely thrilled with. When you're zoomed in with a sniper rifle, and I believe if you're aimed down sight with any weapon and you get shot, it zooms you out. You go back into hip fire mode, which I do not like. That's my opinion though. I already feel that the game, it doesn't exactly favor snipers just because, well, at least from I think they have 3 maps right now, 3 or 4 maps, and none of them seem to be too sniper friendly. There are a couple of good camp spots for snipers, like choke points that you can watch, but you know, that's not really you know, making the game. There's no like sniper maps so far, so I'm not so thrilled about that. I mean, I guess the game still is kind of sniper friendly because snipers can kill in one hit where everything else takes a decent amount of fire to take someone down, so I guess there is that argument. I still don't like it, but again, that's just my opinion. Whether or not they choose to change that design aspect, totally up to them. I don't know. Again, it's an alpha build, not alpha, it's beta. It is a beta build, so it's still stuff that they're working on. But I'm really excited to see where this goes, and I would really like to have another free-to-play FPS aside from TF2 that's actually worthwhile, because War Inc. was a joke. Well, that was a 3PS, but you know what I mean. I also hope that they change their microtransaction model, because I believe right now they are only working on the rental model, which is something that War Inc. did, and that could just be because it's in beta, but I think what they're doing for the beta is they're giving out just like a shitload of points, and you can rent, say, an attachment for 500 points, but you earn like 2,000 in a match, so it's really easy to get attachments, but you only get the attachment for 1 day, which is also what War Inc. did. I hope that there's an option to spend like a bunch of points and spend them all at once and then just unlock something permanently. I would really like to see that implemented into the game. If not, I guess it's not a huge deal, but I would really prefer it if there was a way to avoid spending real money if I wanted to. I always like being given the option. I mean, I've spent real money on TF2 for sure. I've spent a shitload of money on TF2, way more than I care to admit. But I still capitalize on the free items, and it was a long time that I played only getting free items before I finally decided, you know, okay, I need to buy this because I'm not getting a drop, I'm not getting a craft, blah blah blah. So I'm hoping that with BlackLight, you aren't just limited to your rentals if you're using your in-game currency. So that I'm not sure about, because again, right now the only rental period you get, even though it has an adjustable slider, you can still only rent something for 1 day, which again I believe is just because they're in beta. But anyway, if you guys want to try to get in this game, it is a closed beta. You do need a beta code. You need an invite. So I would follow Garrettson on Twitter, and I believe the other Twitter account is PlayBlackLight. And if you follow those, they do sometimes tweet out codes, and if you're the first one to redeem it, you'll get your invite into the beta. And I believe KB Mod was giving them out. There are a couple different places to get them right now. Just keep your eyes out. Do some Googling. I don't have any beta keys, so don't ask me. But I hope you guys will check this out whenever it does come out. And when the full game does get released, hopefully I will still be interested enough to keep playing it. I have a really short attention span with games. But so far, this is looking very promising. It is a little frustrating in certain aspects, but overall, very solid game. So I'm really interested to see where they go with this, because this is showing a lot of promise. But alright, I'm out for now, guys. Talk to you.